Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a really bad stretch of wet weather for me on my days off over the last probably 5 or 6 weeks now. 5 of the last 6 Sunday Mondays have either rained or we had that one snowstorm. I don't mind the snow because you can still do stuff when it's snowing, but these big rainstorms we've been getting make it pretty hard to get video content out. Sundays and Mondays are my typical days off, and then when I work, I'm too busy in the morning, and when I get home from work in the evening, it's dark out so early this time of year. So I got to capitalize on these couple hours of no rain before the next big rainstorm moves in. We're expecting another 2 to 3 inches of rain and wind gusts to 50 tomorrow. So let's get some video. So I'm just going to do a quick video today. I'm going to cut up. We've got a couple. There's a white birch and a gray birch in here that are leaned right over that snowstorm we had a couple weeks ago. They were pretty much touching the ground. Gray birch do that all the time, but it pulled this paper birch down with it. They typically bounce back pretty quick, but now that it's done this once, they typically will do that over and over again with wet snowstorms, especially with these leaning like this still. So I'm gonna use my saw, Stihl MS 261 CM. You kind of have to ignore the bar that I have on there right now. It's an 18-inch bar, but it says Stihl Farm Boss. This is not the Farm Boss. This Farm Boss is the MS 271. This is the MS 261C, as I mentioned. When I went to go get a new bar for this at my local Stihl dealership, they didn't have any other bars in the correct size available, and the 18-inch Farm Boss bar does fit this saw, so that's what I went with. It works just the same, so it's kind of misleading with the labeling on there, but it works just as well. So that's what I went with. So I got it fueled up and all sharpened. We're going to cut these couple birch trees right here. We'll just kind of limb them off, pretty small limbs, and then we'll buck them up for firewood, and I'll probably just stack that right here and leave it until the springtime when I can come back in and get it. right, that was pretty easy to do that and pretty quick. Just a small tree. It's probably only about maybe 3 to 4 inches in diameter. So pretty easy work for the saw. So that's the gray birch. I think I'm going to cut this paper birch as well. I love paper birch, but I don't think this one's going to bounce back all the way. This is what we're looking at here. Let's see, it's got quite a lean to it. So I think we'll get rid of that one as well. It's about the same size, maybe a little smaller, but it'll make for good firewood. So for those of you that are wondering how you can tell the difference between gray birch and paper birch, at this age, it's pretty easy. The gray birch, even though it's white, doesn't typically peel nearly as much as paper birch does, like this right here. You can see the bark is really peely on that. The other telltale sign too is on gray birch, underneath each branch, there's typically like a darker colored, almost triangular shaped notch wherever each branch meets up with the trunk or comes out of the trunk. Here's a great example of what I'm talking about. So this is on a gray birch, and you can see under the branch there's that upside down, almost triangle of darker colored bark. Whereas on the paper birch, again, telltale sign is that nice peely bark and the really bright white color. And also on the paper birch, you don't see that upside down dark colored triangle under the branches. This is near the top of the tree, so they're smaller branches, which is why they're not all white. But as they mature, they whiten up. This has been such a great saw to have. I've had it for, I want to say probably 5 years now, and it's worked without a hitch this entire time. No issues whatsoever. It usually starts up within the first 3 or 4 pulls, maybe 5 or 6 when it's really cold out, or I haven't used it in a while. But it works great. It's got plenty of power. I run the 18-inch bar on it, and it's feather light. I love this saw because it's so light I can use it for a while without getting tired. But it's got plenty of power, like I mentioned, to cut bigger trees. When I'm out in the woods doing bigger firewood, full-size trees, it never has any issues at all. Just make sure it's sharp and you're good to go. Well, like I said, guys, just a quick video. That's gonna do it for this one. I just wanted to get out before the rain and get some content out for you guys. Plus, I've been needing to do this anyway. So I'll clean up this brush here, and we'll leave this wood here till next season, and then we'll have that and add that to our pile. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.